So I spend a lot of time thinking about testosterone. And I know it's a weird thing, but testosterone is basically the rocket fuel to your life. If you have high testosterone, you're going to live a life of adventure and excitement and vigor. And if you have low testosterone, it's quite the opposite: depression and lack of any ambition. So who has the highest testosterone? And I sort of asked myself that, and of course it's young men. But how about young race car drivers? I'm going to expect that they have the highest T of all. And you have to ask the question, are they race car drivers because they have high T? Or do they have high T because they're race car drivers? Which brings another question is, do your actions lead to an increase in testosterone? And my belief is they do. If you drive fast, if you're doing heavy lifting and you're under the bar and the bar, the weight is scaring you, that will bring high T just in the accomplishment of those facts, of those deeds. So I want to encourage everybody to take some risks and to do some things that are a little scary. And seriously, driving fast, now I'm not talking about being crazy, but maybe in your mind you can always try to be the first one off the line. Let's race a little bit. You're only going to go to 40 miles an hour or 60 kilometers, but you can beat that guy beside you off the line. That's what we used to do when we were younger, right? Remember those youngsters peeling off the line in their Dodges and their Mustangs, etc. So we want to take some risks, go a little fast. We can do that with all sorts of things, and I'll get into that in a moment. But think of that race car driver. Think about the heart pounding, taking those corners. It's life and death, literally, for those guys, or certainly pain with the accidents. And they're just amped up huge versus another sort of person, I'll talk about that in a moment, who doesn't have the advantage of getting that adrenaline rush and, I believe, a T jump. So I can do a few push-ups. Okay. So, if race car driving brings high testosterone, what do you think young men walking around with masks on does for their testosterone? And we see this a lot in lockdown Toronto. It's been a terrible time, but when I'm walking around, I see men of all ages wearing masks, lots of them. But these 18, 19, 20, 22, 25-year-olds wearing masks, walking slowly, looking down at their phones or at their feet, what does that do to their T? What does that do to their confidence? And I'm going to say that their T is going to be quite low, and indeed we're hearing, how the testosterone of the young generation now is so much lower than it was when I was young, for example. And it's not just the food, it's an adventurous spirit. It's the ability to take risks and the desire to take risks. We really need that. So, young men, if any of you are watching this, your chances of getting COVID outside are, 1 in 100,000. And if you get it, it's 1 out of 1,000 is hospitalized. And if you're hospitalized, it's 1 out of 100 that dies. The risks are so low that it's just not worth doing. All right, my hands are hurting. I'm coming down. So I want to encourage you to take courage in all different aspects of your life. You know, speak a little bit too loudly in a library. Tell a joke in front of a group of people, and it might bomb, or some pun or play of words. Take that chance. Ask a question at a conference when people are mostly hiding under their desks, you know, that sort of thing. Drive too fast, for sure. You know, work out, get under a heavy weight, you know, doing those high rep squats with heavy weight. Boy, that takes courage. That's not an easy thing. We need to do things to kind of scare ourselves, and not just you men, but the women too, because testosterone is important to you, and we really need to do everything we can. Eat right, of course, get your sleep, but you got to take some risks. You got to amp up your psychology, and especially now when everybody is so afraid and the media is selling fear and your government is selling fear. At least where I'm from, Toronto, lockdown capital of the world. We've got to break free and do something worthy of our ancestors. All right, triceps. Important to get yourself right to the very top here. Squeeze at the top, big stretch, squeeze. All right, thanks for watching. As you can see, I practice what I preach. I like to drive fast, pick my spots, not be too crazy about it, but from time to time, I like to let her go. So after I say goodbye, we're gonna show 2 minutes or so of just driving. It's not all that exciting, but maybe the last 20 seconds is worth watching. In any event, thanks for being here. I'm Chris, by the way. If you liked the video, hit that like. And if you got something from it, hit the subscribe. That would be awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next one.